Hi! Yeah, I know this is late. As I said last week, I did go on holidays and I just kind of left this late because I've been just trying to get over my trip. I had a great time. I spent 2 days in Launceston, Tasmania. Tasmania is the little island state at the bottom of our nation in Australia. If you get a chance to go there. And 3 days in the heart of Cradle Mountain, which was lovely, and it was snowing. People always forget that it snows in Australia, just in the southern areas. Was able to stream Star Wars Rebels from somewhere in an alpine internet cafe. Me and my sister were watching part 2 on the plane ride back. Very excited. And I have a lot to talk about today, so I'm excited. This episode was basically the Star Wars Rebels team saying, yes, okay, we saw Rogue One. Because this episode was full of references and little Easter eggs. To the Jedha mention, to the Krennic mention. Oh, and the Death Troopers, please. Please don't tell me I was the only one who got a little bit of a jump scare when they opened the door and they were there and they made that awful noise with their helmets. I kind of got a bit of a scare. But it was so cool and it was nice to see them, what they were doing. I loved the design of the Death Troopers because they were just so robotic. It takes away so much of the humanity of the person underneath, and just seeing them just gave me so many chills up my spine. It's nice to have part 1 basically just be an episode of the Space Family doing what they do best. I don't know if it was necessarily an episode that was meant to focus on anyone, but I feel like there was a little bit more focus on Hera and Ezra and the 2 points of view they have, because I guess when you have someone that's 2 people that have grown up with the war, like I guess the other 3, like, well, Kanan was a Jedi. He was mostly out of the war until he was 14. Ezra and Kanan really kind of grew up with the brunt of it all. And so did Sabine, I guess, but, like, I imagine Sabine might have got that a little while later. And, like, she did have some protection from that from coming from a family. Ezra lost everything, and so did Hera for the most part. These 2 were, like, really, really doubting the rules of war. And it was understandable. Like, I guess that's something we gotta think, and we shouldn't be shying away from the question of sometimes are the means worth the outcome? And that's something we should think about. I think it would have been really nice if Hera and Ezra talked about it. I was kind of sad that we didn't see them have a discussion, because I think when you have those 2 come from 2 kind of different but similar worlds, they could really mull out some thoughts, and it could have been really interesting, and it could also have a lot of character in it. Saw Gerrera was awesome as always. I think it was important to discuss the moral differences that divides the rebellion right now. They fight for the same thing, yes, but they go about it very differently. I think the question is, are we willing to put our humility and empathy on the line for results that are for the greater good? That theme of exploring extremism was always there quite constantly in the Clone Wars, and it was something that was touched on quite a few times with, like, the Mandalore and Barriss Offee and Onderon and all that sort of thing. And it was nice to see it translated to the Rebellion era. One of my favourite moments in the episode was Kanan and Ezra's discussion. I loved how it was a quiet moment with no music and minimal sound effects, and it creates such a focused atmosphere. Another great moment was Kanan and Hera's trust flight. I swear these 2 are becoming the ultimate power couple. I don't really want to talk too much about Kanan and Hera this week because something tells me we're going to discuss them next week, so hold out till then. And that's all I really have to say about this episode. I'm just trying to make these reviews shorter and more to the point. If you would like more in-depth, please tell me. But I just think I'm getting back in the nick of things because I've taken a huge break, and then I go on holidays. I'm just a little messed around right now. But on the good news, I finished the Ahsoka novel. I finished reading the Ahsoka novel on my holiday, and I finished it in the airport on the way home. It's taken me forever to finish it because, like, I've been moving and everything, and then I kind of took a break from Star Wars and I read it, and if you would like a review of that, please tell me, because I have some thoughts, and I think, yeah, I might actually do that. So, thank you for watching. Till next week then. Bye bye.